Okay. All right, there's 3 steps. 3 steps. Simple things, real simple. Like all this EQ stuff, super simple, not easy. Sometimes, man, sometimes it can be the hardest thing you ever do in your life, but worth it. So real simple, 3 steps. First, awareness. Awareness. Hello, I have all these things going on. Hey, my inner child didn't heal this stuff. Hey, I have learned my IQ really good and my EQ is, so I better work on that area. I better, do something, find out about this, concentrate on that area at least a little bit, because if you can get that up there, dude, you can fly. Anyway, so 3 steps, awareness, right? So where are you at? What's possible? 2, acceptance. I'm angry. That's okay. I'm sad. That's okay. I'm afraid of a lot of things. That's okay. It didn't used to be okay, but it's more okay now. I'm still afraid of a lot of things, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with it. It's not a victim where the fear is this big and I'm this little thing and I don't know what to do with it and it's the whole world and it's all these people, and it's not like that anymore. It's just my fear, and I can deal with my fear. If you can deal with your anger and your fear and your sadness, there isn't. If you can deal with your anger and your fear and your sadness, the big 3, you can deal with almost anything life has to throw at you. It's so cool. It's great to have a huge vocabulary of words to be able to express your emotions. There are tons of ways: confused, frustrated, irritated, bored, all kinds of words to describe your emotions. That's very cool, because we need to express it to people so they can be with us and so we can get our needs met. And it's also cool to take all those hundreds of words and boil them down to 3. There's only 3 negative feelings. If you can deal with your fear and your anger and your sadness, it just gives you a confidence and a power to be able to face anything. Basically, there isn't anything you can't do. There's anything you can't face. There's not anything you can't have, kind of thing. So, anyway, back to the 3. There was awareness. Okay, we got our eyes open now. Acceptance. All right. Just all right. It takes 1 second to agree, but you can fight it the rest of your life if you want, or you can just all right. And the 3rd is action, and action is really about how do you deal with your feelings. It's about what are you going to do about it, and it also, as a very important component of it, how not to. Very important. I have action. I can take action with my anger or not. That gives me power. I can say what I need to say or not. I can wait till later, or I can wait till I've got 6 seconds until I got things calmed down a little bit, and I can say it calmly like I want to. I have choices. EQ gives you choices, so many choices. So many people come and they take our class and they go, wow, wow, I had no idea that. I thought when you get mad, you yell. Or you get mad. Ask the guys in San Quentin. We go by them every day. You get mad, you shoot the dude. Or you get mad, you hit him, right? You get out. You don't put up with that, right? If you're mad, you got to show it. Well, that's one of the choices, as it turns out. There are a bunch of other ones. There's a lot of ways to express lots of feelings. There's lots of ways, and it's so nice to have choice. To have choices gives me freedom. I can choose this or 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 this. Sometimes it's confusing. You have too many choices, but it's still wonderful to have them. All right, that's your problem. So another thing about EQ, you can find out that what is my problem and what's not really my problem. What we do as kids when stuff happens to us, especially, is that we're really good observers. The kids see what's going on. They can feel what's going on. They've done brain studies of people who have been little kids that have been in a violent environment. They weren't even in the same room. They never saw their parents hit each other or scream at each other. Never saw it. Guess what? As an adult, here's the kid that didn't have domestic violence in their house. Here's the kid who did. Their brain is physically smaller. It stops growing. It's amazing. They weren't even in the room. They can feel it. So kids are great observers. They're little sponges and suck all this stuff up. But we're lousy interpreters. Little kids are looking around. They see that adults are having a hard time and they go, wow, if adult is hitting me, the adult is yelling at me, if the adult is doing whatever they're doing to me, it must be me. I must be the bad person. They're big people. They know what's going on. It's got to be me. And they take it on personally, and we create belief systems, we call them, inside of ourselves about who I am and where I fit into the world and what I'm worth and how lovable I am. And we create all these meanings as a kid, which stick with us. And there, a lot of times, it didn't have anything to do with the kid. This is a parent's issue. There's some crap, they're an addict or whatever it is, or they never dealt with their anger. And so they have this little, wonderful little vessel that they can take some of their crap and stick it in this kid, and it's wrong. But it happens. So the kid doesn't know what to do with it. So we observe this stuff, we take it inside, we don't know what to do with it, we take it personal. It has to be me. Well, guess what? It probably wasn't. So part of the healing process is unraveling that stuff and getting to the real core belief systems of what do you actually think of yourself? What do you actually believe of yourself? What did that little kid decide as a result of his pain or her pain? What did they decide about life? I'm not lovable. I'm bad. I'm no good. I'm powerless. I'm a victim. I'm not safe. The world is big and scary and unsafe. That was mine. It was too. It was huge. My dad was in the Air Force. We moved all the time. We were going to all these different countries, and I'm like, holy moly, what am I? I don't even know how to deal with me. What the heck? How am I going to deal with all this stuff? And I didn't handle it very well. I went to psychiatrist in 6th grade. Try explaining that to your PE buddies, where you're going. In 6th grade, I was a mess. And it was really, really good news to me later on when I started to realize that, oh, it's because I don't know how to deal with my feelings. That's why. That's all it is. It's not that I'm some sicko. It's not that I'm broken. It's not that I have this and that and the other disorders. Well, maybe. Anyway, it's not about me being broken. It's about me not dealing with my feelings, not knowing how. And so when I started to realize how to do this, I'm like, hey, you guys, I got good news. This is all about feelings, and they're easy. They're not easy. They're simple. They're doable. They're solvable. They're relatable. They're releasable. You can change all this stuff. You can change all this stuff. We've also found out that this thing called NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, what you can do with NLP is like magic. You can take the trauma from your childhood, those pictures, those nasty, these guys come back from war, and they've got, oh my God, we hear this stuff in class that just rips your heart out. You're like, I've never seen anything like that. How can you walk down the street after, and you just, wow, they're carrying this stuff around in their head. Well, guess what? Good news, NLP, you can take this stuff and change it. You can adjust it, you can release it, you can make it big, you can make it small, you can make it far, you can make it over there, you can make it over there, whatever. You can move it around. We have so much more power than we think we do by activating the right side of our brain. That's my point. That's all this, blah, 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 blah. My point is that we can activate the right side of our brain. We can find a whole different side of us that you don't even know. You don't know, you don't understand, you may be scared of, you've been taking your whole life avoiding this part of you. And it's a whole nother part of your life that can give you a freedom and a power inside, real power and real choice, and really be able to do what you need to do with yourself. I played racquetball 2 or 3 times a week, and I'm not the best at it physically. There's guys that are way better athletes than I am. But you know what? I win more often than I lose. You know why? Because I can do what I need to do to make it happen. I can push myself, unlike some other people. I can push myself harder than other people can. I can stay up longer. I can run longer. I can do things that myself, because I can adjust and make myself do it. It's working for me, and it's working for a bunch of other people. We've had like 2,000 people have gone through the class. Over 27 years now we've been teaching this class. So that means that's 3 generations of people. Kids and their kids are now coming to the class. That is so cool. Our kids grew up in an environment with high EQ. Their parents had really high EQ. Their feelings are okay with them. They really are. And they are powerful, independent, clear thinking, stand up and look you right in the eye kind of people. They are. They're strong people. Some people are like, whoa. But you go, you know what? That's how they grew up. They love themselves. They love other people. They create intimate relationships because they can open their heart. We got that skill. We can open our heart or not. That's that action thing. We can close it too. We can say, buddy boy, you are not getting in here. You're not safe. You're not safe. You're not treating me right. I'm not going to open up. I have that power. I have that control. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's such a freeing thing. So my point is, get more education on this side of your brain. Learn about that. It can change everything in your life. You can do this. Let me put this. You can do all of this at home by yourself. You don't need anybody. You don't need anything to do this. Nothing and nobody. You can sit in a room. You can sit in your car. You can sit in your bed. You can, wherever you are, and you can go inside and you can do this work by yourself. We don't need anybody. But, it is it's more fun. It's more fun with other people. It's way more loving. You're connecting. The connection thing, I could talk for hours about the connection thing. That's a magical part of, we are social beings. We need and want to connect as people. What happens is when we get the pain from our childhood, the kid goes, whoa, right? Partly they're going, to love you, I'm going to keep me away from you because I'm yucky, and that's the best thing I can do for you, which is really painful if you think about it. Or they're like, no, you're going to hurt me, so I'm staying away from you. I don't trust you. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from you. All these what we call separating emotions. They're going, whoa. But if you can clear some of this out, you can go, hello. You can open up, and you can still go, whoa. But you can go, it's not necessarily like this. It's more of a no. It's a no. That's when you can learn to deal with your anger, and you have your personal power and you have personal boundaries. You can say, no, you back off, buddy boy. You're getting too close to me. Or I don't like that behavior, change it. Or you've been, all kinds of things. Anyway, you've got
Matt,
freedom.
I'm sorry, I
Go.
accidentally bumped the camera. I need you to say where you're having people go away. So I need you to back off. I need you to, do you mind saying that
No.
part? It's just the last 30 seconds. Sorry.
Okay.
You're not safe.
Kids get hurt, and what they do with their pain is back off. You come down inside and start avoiding people, either for their good or for your own good, because you don't trust, because you don't know how to handle yourself. You don't know how to deal with your anger. It's either going to be some explosive thing where everybody gets hurt, including you, or you put it inside and you take it on yourself and and I get mad at myself, or other ineffective ways of dealing with it. So there's a different. So what happens with the hurt and the pain and the anger when it's not dealt with? The kids go down and inside and separate themselves, as opposed to opening up. When you have trust, when you have power, when you have anger in my toolbox, I can be wide open with somebody, a stranger I just meet. I tell them, we call it instant intimacy, which I love. I'm like, hey, I just met you, and I'm going to act like we're close, and I'm planning on being your friend, like forever, okay? So, but you can do that, because then you go, oh, that didn't go well. This person's that's not going well. Okay, I can adjust to it. I can be flexible. I have choices. When you're aware and accept, I can take all kinds of different actions with that. And what that leads to is success. What that leads to is intimacy. What that leads to is passion. What that leads to is happiness. What that leads to is dollars, actually, because you're like, hey, I'm good at that job. I can do that. We've found a number of people who are now going, you know what, I don't need a job, I just need income. So I'm going to go create my own income. And here's how I'm going to do it, because I can push myself. And when it gets scary, I can go, yeah, I'm scared. And I'm doing it anyway, right? I can do that kind of stuff inside of me, so I can make myself do things that a lot of normal people can't do. Normal people can't do, yeah, I'm going to be one of those one of these days. Anyway. This knowledge of the whole other side of you can give you very, very real benefits in your life. I just went through them, but there's So.